Hey everyone, how you all doing? So today's video is a guide on how to prepare for Diablo 4 Season 1. First, I'll be talking briefly about what Season 1 is and what it includes. Then I'll be talking about what we should do in-game to prepare for it. And finally, I'll be talking about the things we can do outside of the game to help ourselves pick the right class when we start our new character. This guide is more for casual players like myself who just want some straightforward information about the season, and I actually decided to make this video not just to inform you, but to inform myself.
Prepare to fight.
What the hell is this?
So Season 1 can be considered as extra endgame content that offers fun new ways to level and build a new character. There's a new questline, new boss, new items to increase the power level of your character, there's a battle pass, and there's new gear. You play Season 1 on a new server, a new realm as they would call it, and you're required to start a new character to play the content. So for each new season, it's basically like starting a new save file. You cannot play your current characters, currency and materials don't transfer, region renown bonuses don't transfer, aspects don't transfer, and neither does your stash filled with all the stuff you've found. So even though most of it doesn't transfer, a couple of things do, and I'm going to list them in order of importance. The only real important thing to do in preparation for Season 1 is to complete the campaign. This will give you the option to skip it when you start your new character, and then you can begin new content on the get-go. It also means that you'll have your mount unlocked from level 1. I was mega confused about the statues, but I have a solid answer now, okay? All the stats and renown points you get from the statues transfer over. And I know what you're thinking, thank goodness. So basically, find as many statues as you can. I'll put a link in the description of where to find all of them. I collected all the statues a couple of days ago, and my mind honestly went numb while doing it. Like, my horse would get stuck on literally every single tiny twig on the floor. The world map discovery will transfer over too, as well as any renown you've earned from discovering locations. So if you want some early points, it's a good idea to hop on your horse and reveal the entire map. Main city waypoints also transfer, so if you want to like Goku instant transmission teleport everywhere for quicker travel, locate all the waypoints as well.
I need armor.
Weapon and armor transmog and shop stuff you've unlocked will transfer too, so if you care about that stuff, do not worry, you can still look good straight from level 1 if you wish. And I'm wondering, like, how do you guys feel about transmog in games in general? I like the concept, but I think it should only apply to higher level characters. For example, my level 10s can look like level 100s, and that's stupid. I don't even have a high level sorcerer, for example. Like, maybe this is a bug, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's all the stuff that transfers over, so in conclusion, besides from completing the campaign, all you have to do is grab the Lilith statues and explore the map. It's not too much to do, however, if you're a busy adult with responsibilities and you simply don't have the time, all I have to say is, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like, you can do these things during Season 1.
Choose your character.
The most important part of Season 1 is your new character and figuring out which class you're going to enjoy the most. And I think the first question to ask ourselves is, do we want to play a class we're familiar with, or do we want to play a new class we're unfamiliar with? My main character is a level 88 barbarian, and I could create a new barbarian, build upon what I've learned so far, try out new builds, and test the character with the new elements from Season 1. That would be fun, but the downside is that I might get burnt out on a familiar class quicker, as I've already experienced most of what it has to offer. Therefore, personally, I think it would be more fun to play a class you haven't played before. It would have a new look, new abilities, new builds, and that's just more exciting to me. The only downside is that you'll move through the game slower because you're not familiar with it and you'll be figuring it all out. However, you could argue that pacing the content is a good thing.
Decision.
Right, so the first decision has been made, a new class, but which one? If you're like me and you're horrible at making decisions, there's some things we can do to help ourselves.
I have learned.
The best thing you can do is simply look up the classes and builds online. There's some really good websites that I will list in the description that have information on everything the game has to offer. The information will give you a better idea on which class you might enjoy the most simply by just looking at abilities. This website lists the builds in a tier list, and I think this is important because some players enjoy the most powerful class and doing the highest numbers, and some just enjoy playing around with the abilities regardless of if they're powerful or not. I'll be playing Season 1 and experimenting with my own builds, but it helps to have some prior knowledge about the class. I kind of learned this from my first character because I went in completely blind, and I had fun, but I was confused as hell. Something else you can do to help decide is to just test the classes in-game. Originally, I didn't do this because I thought it would take a while to unlock all the abilities, but if you have renowned talent points, you can try out all the abilities at level 15, and it only takes like 20 minutes to reach level 15. So I just threw all the abilities on the bar, tested it out to see how it felt, and as a sorcerer, I just really liked the lightning abilities.
Enjoy the mercy of death, lunatic!
So let me give you an example on how I'm going to choose my class. So there's an ability that stood out to me called Bone Spirit, right? And it sounds cool, and it's a necromancer ability. So maybe a necromancer could be a good choice. However, it's a C tier build. But here's the important part. It doesn't matter. It only matters if you're a top tier player going for the world record level 100. I've played my barbarian with the most random crappy builds, and it's still manageable. It's still fine. Also, going into season 1, we don't actually know how strong the builds will be because there's new elements, right? And personally, I don't even care about how good the classes are. I just enjoy messing around with the abilities, and even if you are struggling with the content, it's easy to just look up these good builds and respec later in the game. So just bear that in mind. The patch. Oh my goodness. Okay, so everyone's talking about the latest Diablo patch because it's so unbelievably bad. They took characters that were down and out and like kicked them in the ass even more. That includes the barbarian, and I get everyone's frustration, but honestly, as an Overwatch content creator known for my top level plays, I'm actually just used to bad patch notes. Actually, I'm not. I'm upset. Gotta heal him or he's gonna get upset. There's another rhyme. He's trying to rhyme diff, but he doesn't have a Kuriko like me. He doesn't have a Kuriko like me.
Unless James.
My God.
Wow. I've got Kitsune, so come with me, James, and we'll just literally run into the back right now. I'll Suzu.
Where are you? Okay.
Anyway, I just want both of these games to succeed, Diablo and Overwatch, and I try not to jump to conclusions until I actually play the content. You know, I always find it irritating when people jump on that hate train before anyone even tries the game, but it is understandable because people are passionate about the games they love and they just want it to be good. Right now, to me, Sorcerer and Barbarian are looking like risky choices, which is kind of funny because me and my brother actually main Sorcerer and Barbarian. However, we don't exactly know how Season 1 will play out with all the new items and stuff, and it's quite possible that they end up being the strongest due to some odd item combination. Do you know what I mean? Oh no.
What?
And there's one last thing I want to say. If you don't like reading, there's actually some really good YouTubers covering the game who know everything about Diablo. Some of them are the ones running the websites with all the meta information. I'm honestly kind of surprised at how much these people know about the game because for casual players, it's actually quite complicated, okay? But that's it. That's my take. I hope you enjoyed listening. Like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.